So make yourself comfy, laying down on your belly in a prone position. So today we'll be focusing on our hips, particularly on hip extension. I mean, we're gonna do many other ranges of motion, but hip extension, working on our glute strength, will be our focus. But before we do that, take your feet as wide as your yoga mat. You can turn your toes in, bring your hands under your shoulder, under your forehead, and relax your head. And let's just take a couple deep rounds of breath. In yoga, this pose, we call it a crocodile pose, but it's a really nice position to start centering ourselves. Unless you had a big meal, then it's not optimal. But start bringing awareness to the back of your body, sending breath into your lower back, deep inhale. And then gently push the air out on your exhale. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Nice. And just continue with a slow, conscious breathing here. Notice the relationship between your belly, your abdominal, and the floor, and how you expanding your belly and pushing the belly into the floor. And then how the belly and the lungs contract and go back to its original position. So 10 rounds of breath, just preparing our nervous system for some hard work today. See if you can find a little bit more expansion. And then push the air out fully, completely. Like visualize you almost have like a balloon inside your abdominal and you're expanding it first. And then you're pushing all the air out from this balloon. Last 3, deep inhale. Slow exhale. 2 more. And last one. Good. Keep your hands where they are, so keep your forehead relaxed. And we're just going to bend our right knee. If you can see yourself like on the screen, especially if you're sideways, visualize you catching the ceiling with the bottom of that right foot. So dorsiflex the foot firmly. Visualize that ceiling is falling and you are about to catch it with the bottom of your right foot. So press the pubic bone down like you're trying to glue it to the floor, and start lifting your right thigh, your right quad off the ground. You might not be able to lift it high, or maybe not even at all, but the goal is to squeeze and engage that glute and the hamstring, the muscles that are responsible for hip extension. And from this position, guys, we cannot extend our spine, just simply the way we oriented ourselves to the ground. So there's no spinal extension. So you see how hip extension is not a lot, but you feel it in your glute, I hope. The ceiling is still falling and you're still trying to catch it with the bottom of your right foot. Keep your pelvis neutral, make sure you're not rolling to the left, and stay here for 10. Visualize that hamstring, the glute, and how hard you're working here for 9. This is your first wake up call for the hamstring. 8, stay for the right side. 7, squeeze. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land that quad or just release the tension and straighten your knee. Drop the foot back, bend your left knee, dorsiflex your foot. Again, the ceiling is falling. Press the pubic bone down, so you're really taking the lower back out of this equation so we can just focus on the hips or on one hip. Go ahead and lift your left thigh. You might not be able to lift it once again, but make it lighter, right? Okay, and pause. Bring all awareness to that left side, and we're here for 10. It's just our way to say good morning to our hips and the hamstrings. Stay. 9, 8, breathe. 7, squeeze. Try to lift it a little bit higher without arching in your spine as you're pressing the pubic bone down. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly relax, let it go. All right, bend your right knee again. We're going back to our first side. Re-engage your pubic bone so there's nothing in your lower back, and lift your right leg up. And this time we're going to pulse. Lower your thigh down and lift it up. So here you get to choose. Well, you always get to choose how hard you're going to work. So keep going, pulsing up and down. You can make it pretty challenging. I know we're in the beginning of the class, right? But I'm already asking you to work hard. We're going to go for 10 more. Up and down. Feel your glute. 9, down. Good. Finding a little bit of pulsing here. 7, and down. Stay with me. 6. Good. 5. Catch the ceiling and lower it down. 4. Nice. 3. You got it. 2. Ooh, I hope you can feel your glutes. 1, and release. Straighten your right knee. Bend your left knee. Re-engage your pelvis, your pubic bone. Connect it to the floor in case you lost it. Dorsiflex your foot and let your left thigh hover. And then lower it down. And again, up and down. Up and down. Good. Your hip extension is like, it's a very small, like the angle. The degrees, I can't remember. I think it's only 15 degrees. So see, it's not a lot. You have 10 more on the left side. Up and down. Catch the ceiling. Squeeze. 9. Good. 8. You got it. 7. 6. Oof. 5. Make it harder than it looks. Harder than it sounds. 3. 2. Good. And 1. Relax, straighten, stay where you are, slide your right knee up. So now you are in a half frog position. Pause, just notice how does it feel for your inner thigh. And now we're going to go into internal rotation. So go ahead and lift your right foot off the ground. Visualize how this femur bone, your thigh bone, rotates inward. Good, and just pause here. Just notice, how does it feel? Does it feel a little funky, a little weird? Maybe, because this is the range of motion that we don't use a lot, but we need it. The irony of things that we need that range of motion because it unlocks all the other ranges. And then go ahead and lower your foot down. So now we're just going to go up and down. Your pace. Move slow, like you're moving through the thick air. Good, and we have 10 more. Nice. Rotating our hips. 9. Looking good. 8. 7. Good. 6. 5. You got it. 4. 3. 2. And then on your last one, hold it. But find your best range of motion. Squeeze it like you mean it. Go into your deepest variation, and we're holding it for another 5. Good. Feel that thigh rotates inward. 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. My goodness. Whew. Parachute that leg down, slide the leg to meet your left leg, and we get to do same thing on the other side. Slide your left knee up for this little half frog variation. And first, just lift and hold and see how it feels for you. Notice if this side is maybe has less range of motion. Pause. We're not trying to take ourselves into fullest range yet. We're just checking in. And then lower your foot, touch the ground, and then again lift it up and down. And again up and down. Keep going. 10 more. Your pace. Five more, so, right? Press the inside of your knee. Two, and then on your next one, hold it, but this time find your fullest expression, this internal rotation on the left hip. Stay for 5. Make it harder than it looks, harder than it sounds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Parachute that leg, slide the left knee to meet the right, and just roll yourself on your side. So today we're actually going to spend a lot of time being super close to the ground. Doesn't matter which side you decide to start with, but meet me laying on the ground on your side, block or pillow under your head. Before we do anything, check in your bottom shoulder directly under your top shoulder. Same thing with the hips. So you're not here, you're not here, right? So let's stack ourselves up. If you do have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, which Brenda and Greg, I know you do, you can place it into your hand, the hand that is on the bottom, and you will use it as a heavy anchor. That will help you. You get to choose if it's like in a reach, why not? Grab it. So what it's gonna help you to stay very grounded in your bottom arm and your bottom leg, so we can articulate our top hip better. Like also, if you had like a sandbag, you can place a sandbag on top of the bottom leg, but just a dumbbell or a kettlebell is enough here. Okay, we're moving to the next thing, our full range of motion for the hip, one hip at a time, our hip cars. Press the bottom leg down, press the bottom arm down, and let's do this. Hip flexion. So think about you bringing your thigh to your belly, and if there was like a Pilates ball and you're trying to smash it and squeeze it and compress it. Pause and feel. And then keep that maximum hip flexion and then open up. Like your two legs being pulled apart here. Hold it. Nice. On your next inhale, slowly start spinning inward. So this is our internal rotation. This is what we just did being on the belly, right? So same thing, but now you're in different position. And then slowly start extending your hip. And this is how we started with a hip extension being on the belly. Same thing, right? You just oriented yourself differently to the floor. Pause. Your hips are still stuck. Your pelvis is neutral. You're extending. Remember that it's only 15 degrees in your hip. Not much in the spine going on, I hope. And now slowly unwind. Take your knee up, like you're pointing up. Ooh, start guiding your knee to your armpit, more or less. And now again, that Pilates ball between your thigh and your belly is back. You're trying to compress it or deflate it, and you brought it back where we started. Good, 4 more. Thigh in, external, internal, extension, reverse. Good. This is 2. We have 3 more. We have 2 more. Take your time. There's no rush. We're aiming for good quality rather than how fast you can move. And you know, when you move slower, it's way harder. Good. One more. We're on this together. Extension in the hip, not much in the spine. All right, and then once you finish, with the help of your top hand, place your foot in front of your thigh. This is your very safe variation of pigeon pose. Your bottom leg slide it to your face to find your maximum hip stretch. Now we're in the hip extension, another important range of motion. And use your hand to push that knee away from you. But the bottom leg, keep it super engaged so you don't slide back. Nice, and let's just pause here. Feel that stretch. Not too much, not too little. Finding this middle way. So we're gonna stay here for a minute or so, and then we're gonna find our first isometrics, where we're gonna play with expanding our range of motion in that hip. Because stretching is great, moving our joints through the full range of motion is great, but ultimately we want expand and be strong in those new ranges, right? That's why the passive stretching can be actually dangerous, because you can get into full split, but then can you get out from there, right? That's the question. Imagine being stuck in a full split. Doesn't sound fun. Okay, give yourself 5 rounds of breath. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, so bring awareness to the place where your foot meets the thigh and your thigh meets the foot, right? Start pressing that ankle, that foot into your thigh, but start pressing your thigh into the foot as well. So these two guys, they fighting against one another, right? They're like, you move, no, you move, but don't let anyone win. And just really focus on this. It doesn't look like you're moving because you're not, but we're still working hard. So this is your isometrics. Let's focus on that. Push the outside of your ankle into your thigh and your thigh into your ankle, and start building the effort, like how much you're engaging. Try not to back up, right? So you're building up and up, but you're not returning. Unless it hurts, then you can take it easy a little bit. But if it's just hard, please stay with me. Let's say you already got to like 60% of your fullest, safest effort. We're getting to 70. This is where you start making faces. Push the thigh into your ankle and your ankle into your thigh. 80, 90. All right, fullest, safest effort. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, relax. Now, that thigh, see if you can just slide it maybe like half an inch away from your foot. Next portion, I think, is the hardest, but let's just see where you are. You can bring your hand to your waistline. You can keep it in front of you. We're going to go into hovers. So this foot, we're going to try to lift it like 1 inch off the ground. We're going to do it 10 times, okay? Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, let it hover and plant it back. Again, inhale, up and down. Feel your entire butt is working, right? We have 8 more. Inhale, hover, bring it back. Try to push the knee away from you. Use your hand to support you. And again, hover, lower it down. Nice. And again, up and down. Yes, I know it's awkward, it's weird, but we're working those hips. 5 more. Up and down. Good. 4, 3, good. Open up that knee, don't let it collapse. Last 2, Good. Last one. And slowly, 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 slowly release. Ay, ay, ay. Let's make our way to the other side. So we're doing all this safe variations, laying on the ground, right? So then eventually we can take it into more challenging, strenuous movements like lunges and squats and deadlifts, right? This is a prep for those big movements. It's not like we're avoiding them. We're not. All right, if you have a dumbbell, place it into your hand. Press the bottom leg down, like visualize there is a heavy sandbag, and we're just going into our hip cars. Thigh to your belly, open up, start internally rotating, and then start extending. Squeeze your butt cheek, and now slowly retrace. Good. Coming back where we started, so the thigh hovers above the bottom thigh, and again, in, squeeze that Pilates ball, open up into clamshell, internal rotation like a rotisserie chicken, extension without extension in your back, even though it's so tempting to start doing like the big arch, right? And then slowly reverse. Beautiful. Let's do it again. Even though like a big arch in the spine, it looks beautiful, right? You see like the dancers or gymnasts, it's like, wow, it's so impressive. But for overall health of our joints, anything extreme is just not good. So let's not get deceived by all these flexible people out there. Slow and controlled. Ooh, this hip is different for me. How is it for you guys? 2 more. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Extension, ribs staying in, bottom limbs are still engaged. Holy smoke. 1 more. All right, let's land in our pigeon pose. Make it as challenging as it makes sense for you. Your toes are pointing forward. Your bottom leg is glued to the ankle, so you can prop yourself up and use the hand. Like I love using a hand. Like you're doing a self-assisted stretch. And we're going to be here for 90 seconds or so. Relax your face. Feel your glutes. Feel the deep hip muscles, like your piriformis, the one that externally rotates your hip. And try to focus on your breathing so you can prep your nervous system to do the work. Because behind everything, the muscles, the joints, the bones, there is nervous system. The system that runs the show, like really. Stay for another 10 rounds of breath. We're going to go into our isometrics. And with isometrics, guys, I forgot to mention I'm going to give you one more cue, so see if it's helpful. When you're going to, don't do it just yet, when you're going to be pressing your foot into your thigh, you can visualize your hip moving from external to internal.
That's the direction or directionality that we create with this isometrics. So give yourself 3 more rounds of breath in your external rotation. And then we're going into isometrics where you're trying to get out from your external rotation into your internal rotation. All right, let go of your hand. You can also bring your hands here if it feels good, and start pressing your foot into your thigh and thigh into your foot. And then think about you like, I'm tired of that external rotation. I want to go here. So that's where we want to create in our mind, and start pressing a little bit harder. Like you're trying to break through your bottom leg and like whoop, sweep your leg. Stay. Let's say you're already at like 40% of your fullest, safest effort. 50. Press 60. Press 70. Ooh, yes, we're going deep into the joint. 80. Give me your best. We're trying to make it as efficient as possible because it's only 1 hour practice, right? Good. Okay, 80, 90, 100. Let's do it. Press, press, press for 5, 4, 3, 2. Soften. Slide your bottom leg a little bit away. Take a deep inhale. We're going into our hovers, which is the hardest part, I think. Ready? Up, plant it down. Wherever you land, it's all good. And again, up and down. Good. Again, up and down. Excellent. You got it. And down. Nice. See if you can push the knee away from you to keep your best external rotation. 5 more. 1, 2, 3. So strong. Nice. Last one. My goodness. Okay, let it go. Be very gentle to yourself. And when you're ready, press yourself back up into child's pose. The child's pose should feel really good now. I mean, I hope it does. I'm trying not to say should word, but it just comes out automatically. Give yourself 10 rounds of breath. Long inhale. Slow exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Nice. And now slowly press yourself up into downward facing dog. We're not going to be here for too long, guys. We're just going to use it as a transmission into forward fold, basically. So walk yourself to your hands and your hands to your feet, and then turn your toes out. Maybe your toes even going to be off your yoga mat. Grab your ankles, and we're going to move through our dynamic squats. Like we spend a lot of time on the ground already, so let's get a little bit more active. So your ankles out. You don't have to go all the way down. You choose what you need to do, but drop the hips, press the knees out, and look forward. On your exhale, forward fold, straighten your legs. Your hands are staying exactly where they are. Drop the head, and now go ahead and look forward. Ooh, good. Just like this. Let's continue moving. This was 2. Guys, we're going to go for 16. I know it's a lot, but you got it. 3. Keep going. Drop the hips. 4. 5. You do what you can. If you need to do less reps, go for that. But keep your hands on outside of your ankles if it's possible for you. Not your knees, but your ankles. Good. 6. Knees out. Lift your chest. Try to squeeze your back once you're on the bottom. This is halfway. 8. Good. 9. 10. You got it. 6 more.
Do what you can. Be kind to yourself. Yes. And once you're in a squat, stay there at least for a second. Don't come out too fast, okay? 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. Forward fold. And now go ahead and step the right foot back. Drop the right knee down. Take both of your hands to the inside of your left foot. And let's just orient ourselves. Separate your legs apart. We're finding a low lunge. Keep your hands where they are. Come up on spider tip fingers so you can give yourself a little bit more height. Pull the shoulders down and away so your lats, those big muscles, are engaged. And we're going to push the hips back, turn the toes up, and then we're going to shift the weight forward. So just this, a little bit of flossing back and forth, getting into the hips even more. Good. When you push your hips back, press that front heel, which is your left heel, into the ground. So again, you're connecting to your hamstrings. Give me 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Good. Last one. And then once you push the hips back, walk your hands a little bit closer to your back knee. Come up on spider tip fingers or maybe a block. So guys, you can lift your spine. So see the difference here and here. So maybe you can take your block to the second level. And now finding this deep stretch for the hamstring. So this is your half split. And once you're here, rotate that left foot out. But the movement, the rotation comes from the hip. So this is like a little funky position. I'm actually going to take my block to the highest level so I don't have to stress about my spine and I can focus on my left hip. So keep turning the toes out. Stay, find your long spine, lift the chest forward. Lift the chest forward. Your hands are inside of your foot, both of your hands. Dorsiflex your foot and keep rotating that left hip forward. Stay for 5. Getting into those funky angles. 4. Good. 3, 2, and on 1, bring the foot to neutral or your hip to neutral. Bend the knee. If you had a block, keep it. Bring both hands to the block, maybe first level. This time, lift your right knee off the ground. Okay, when the full low lunge, lock your knee, your right knee. This is probably the only time I'm going to tell you to lock your knee. And we're going to go into bouncing. One of my favorite. So you're going to pike your hips a little bit, just a little bit, and then you're going to drop. So here, the most important thing, guys, is how fast we move. So we actually want to move kind of fast. So this is the only way to target elasticity in the tissues. So do your fast, but make sure it's still safe because this is literally the most important thing, to be safe. Okay, and we're just gonna do it for 15 more times. I don't know how many times we already did it, but keep going. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, you got it. 8, 7, 6, up and down, stressing that fascia. 2, 1, drop the knee. Good. Woo, holy smoke. Okay, if you have a block, blocks are very helpful. If you don't, it's okay. We're gonna place the right hand on top of the block. The block is directly under your right shoulder. You can even go into your second level on the block and here shift the weight forward a lot so your knee is no longer on the ground. It's more like the top of the knee cap. And then from here, maybe you can bend your knee
And then maybe you can even reach back with your left hand and grab the foot. So you're finding this deep stretch. If it's not the case yet, maybe never, maybe not in this lifetime, right? All you're gonna do is rotate to the left and just hold the twist. You're still stretching your quad. If it's available to you, go for that. If not, who cares? Like really, we're not trying to prove to anyone, right? And then if you found it, bring your heel to your butt cheek, pull it in, open up the chest. Maybe you just here, and this is enough. Just stay for 5. You can roll your left foot out a little bit. 4, do what you can. 3, 2, on 1. How slow can you square your torso first, then push your hips back, and then slowly step the left foot back. Find your child's pose. Stretch your back. And we're just gonna do same thing on the other side. Here you go. Step the right foot forward on outside of your pinky. Have a block nearby. And again, we can just, first we're gonna do the hip floss, and then we're gonna go into this funky hamstring stretch. So push back. Your hands are not moving. And then sink forward. And again, push back. And then sink forward. Nice. Slow, control. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Otherwise, you're adding more stress, right? The goal is to do it with effort and ease, but not struggle, right? We're already struggling enough in life. Keep going. Give me 5 more. Next time you go back, this is where you grab your block. 2nd level, maybe even 3rd level. The right knee is still micro bend. Keep it, but try to straighten it. And now when you're ready, this right foot, whoop, drop it to the right, but the movement comes from the hip. And let's just pause here. Yes. Yes, bring your hands to the inside. Maybe 2 blocks, 1 under each hand, or just turn it block this way, Greg. Oh no, you have a 2nd block, perfect. Nice, lift the foot off the ground, your right foot, press the heel, and now rotate, straighten your knee a little bit more. So walk your blocks toward your left knee. Yes. Now make that foot super heavy, like you're trying to break through the floor. Press, press, dorsiflex and rotate for 2, for 1. Slow, slow, slow. Shift forward. We can still use the blocks. Lift your left knee off the ground. Lock that left knee. We're going into our bouncing in a low lunge. Lift the hips up and then drop it down. Good. All right, start finding your rhythm. You've done this one many times, guys. First, it's kind of like, oh, can I move fast? It feels weird to move fast. Okay, 15 more. 14, 13, 12. 11, 10, 9, you got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knee. Okay, here, your left hand, we're using a block. Your right foot, you can turn it out, maybe even lift the inner edge of that right foot, and you just rotate here and hold. If it feels good, if your knee, your bottom knee feels supported, you might want to fold the mat. But actually, if you shift the weight forward, the knee is no longer on the ground. You're kind of above that kneecap, right? That patea muscle, bone, excuse me. And grab the foot if it's there. If it's not, don't worry. But let's breathe wherever you are. Long inhale. Slow exhale. Nice, deep inhalation. And exhale, 2 more. And now slowly release. Be very graceful. Slide the foot back and make your way all the way down on your back. All the way down on your back. Such a good job. So we have a little bit more work left for our hips, our glutes, our hip extension. But first, relax your shoulders, let them be heavy, bend your knees. Now tuck the tailbone, so press the lower back into the ground. Lift your feet, but keep your heels on the ground. So again, you dorsiflexing your feet. Nice, you can turn your palms down. Okay, let's press the lower back again. Right there, okay. And now go ahead and lift your hips up. So bring your hips in line with your knees and in line with the shoulders. So like one long, beautiful spine. Contract the glutes. And with us lifting our feet and just keeping the heels on the ground, it's like an extra spice for the hamstrings. And then go ahead and lower your hips down. We're going for 16. And again, just like we did with those squats. 2. Good, slow. Visualize you have like a heavy barbell across your hips. How well would you move? You would probably move slow and well because it's freaking heavy, right? Squeeze. 5. Squeeze. 6. Oh, yeah, good. 7. Up. 8. Feel the fire in your calves as well, right? We have 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. And last one, hold. Hold. Let's make it the hardest thing of the class. Hold and contract. Your feet are off the ground, just the heels are on the ground. Stay for 5, lift the hips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. My goodness. We're not done, but we're so close. Extend your arms toward the ceiling. Now bring your right foot over your left. So you might just stay here. Some of us will be able to hook our foot behind our left calf. So it's like double wrapping. So you're gonna have to lift the feet off the ground. And then your right arm wraps your left. So in yoga, we call it eagle pose, but we're just gonna add, guys, a little bit of core, because why not? Go ahead and peel your chest off the ground and touch your thighs with your elbows. As you're squeezing your inner thighs, as you're squeezing your arms, and then slowly lower it down. It can be just one wrap, your elbow under the elbow, okay? And again, curl in and lower yourself down. We're going for 16 on each side. Say what? 3, keep going. 4, 5. Nice, don't give up. Do your best. 6, 7, breathe. 8, 9, so strong. 10, don't give up, don't give up. Push it through. Unless there is pain, then you wait and maybe come back, or maybe you don't come back if it's a sharp pain. If it's just hard, keep going. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Release. Undo your legs, undo your arms. Just drop everything for a second. Pause, knowing it was technically only halfway. Relax for a second. Feel your abdominal. Okay, bring your left leg on top of the right. Just this right? Like you need to go to the bathroom situation. If you can, left foot can hook behind the right ankle or shin, I should say. Extend the arm and then left arm goes over, wrap it, and then let's do it again, guys. 1, curling. 2, 3, 4, keep it up. 5, it's gonna be over soon, but for now, let's work. 6, 7, 8, halfway, 8 more. 6 more. 4 more. 2 more. Woo. Last one. Release. My goodness. Drop the arms in a cactus arm situation. Take your soles of your feet together. Drop the knees nice and wide for butterfly pose or external rotation of the hips. Good. And just let it go. Everything that just happened, especially that eagle crunch. We don't have to do it again. It's all in the past. Give yourself 10 rounds of breath. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Four more. Nice, and now slowly bring your knees together. Straighten your left leg. Bring your right thigh in, hug it in, and we're just gonna finish with a deep spinal twist. So with the help of your left arm, take yourself into the twist. Open up. Good. And just pause here in the spinal twist. Amazing. You can take your arms into the T letter or cactus arms again, like whatever feels good, really, yes. We're aiming to bring both shoulder blades on the floor so you have a nice stretch in your collarbones. Good. And this stretch or twist, make it gentle. So no need to push yourself into the deepest variation. A little bit of hips, a little bit of core. Give yourself 3 more rounds of breath. And then slowly go ahead and change. Take your time. Mm-hmm. Five more on this side. Long inhale. And exhale. And then slowly come back. Find the neutral spine. Align your hips with the shoulders. anything you want to do with your legs. You can keep your knees bent, or if it feels good to straighten your legs, go for that. Take a moment and let's, guys, just take 2 minutes of stillness. Like, I feel like it's like mandatory, especially on Monday. Finding stillness in our body. So it can help us to find a little bit of stillness in our mind. Maybe not necessarily stillness, but like slowing ourselves down. Relax your face. And slowly, when you're ready, bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Check in with your lower back. This is a nice place to be like, how is my back? Maybe rock side to side. Side to side. And then roll yourself to the right or to the left. Press yourself up. Awesome job, everyone. I hope you guys feel amazing. Wishing you a beautiful Monday.